You think you're funny, kid? The voice was low, calm, but it cracked through the silence like thunder. The boy in the red shirt had just pulled the trigger on a plastic water gun, shooting a cold stream directly into the face of a tomb guard at Arlington National Cemetery. Tourists gasped, cameras clicked. He thought it was hilarious. A prank for the internet, a quick viral laugh. But what happened next was anything but funny. It was a scorching afternoon. The tomb of the unknown soldier stood still in the heat, a sacred symbol, guarded every second of every day by soldiers who never break their silence. 14-year-old Bryce from Arizona didn't care. He had rolled his eyes through every stop on his family's DC trip. Monuments, memorials, lectures, all boring to him. Nobody even knows who's buried here, he muttered. Why do people care? Then he saw the guard, perfect posture, dark glasses, hands gripping a rifle, motionless. Bryce smirked. He stepped over the barrier despite his mum's whispered warnings. What are they going to do? He said with a grin, and pulled the water gun from his backpack. He lifted it, aimed, and fired. A jet of water hit the guard's face. Still, no movement, not a blink, not a twitch. But then the voice came again. Step, back, now. Bryce laughed nervously. Dude, chill, it's just water. The crowd wasn't laughing. Phones were still, eyes wide. The atmosphere had shifted. The guard took one step, then another. His boots cracked against the marble. His stare never left the boy. He didn't yell, he didn't flinch. He just moved with a silent force that made every tourist hold their breath. Bryce backed up, the joke now melting into panic. It was just a prank, he mumbled. Then the voice came again, louder, deeper, unshakable. You have disrespected a sacred site. This is not a playground. You will leave. Now. And that was it. Security closed in. Bryce's parents were horrified, his mother in tears, his father silent with shame. But the guard? He didn't say another word. He turned back and resumed his post like nothing had happened. Because that's what discipline looks like. A few feet away, an older man stepped forward. A veteran. Calm, composed, he looked at Bryce and said, 3 of my brothers never came home. One of them, we never found. That tomb, that soldier, he's standing for them. You may never understand what that means, but you just disrespected it. Bryce didn't say a word. His water gun hung at his side like a mistake he couldn't undo. That night, he couldn't sleep. The soldier's stare haunted him. The voice echoed in his mind, and for the first time, he felt the weight of what he'd done. The next morning, he came back. No jokes, no camera, just a folded piece of paper in his hand. He waited until the guard changed shifts, then quietly handed the letter to the relief commander and walked away. It said, I'm sorry, what I did yesterday was wrong. I didn't understand what this place meant, but I do now. You stood still for someone you never met, and you did it perfectly. I hope one day I can stand for something that matters, even half as much. Signed, Bryce. Age 14. The guard never responded. He didn't have to. That letter now sits framed in a private room behind the tomb, a reminder of the day a boy came to mock and left with something far more important. Because honor isn't loud, it doesn't shout. It stands in silence, unmoving, even when mocked. And when disrespected, it doesn't retaliate with anger. It teaches, quietly, powerfully, completely. That's the lesson the tomb guard gave that day, and every day since. And as the next guard took his 21 steps across the marble path, the crowd stood silent, hands over hearts, and in the back was a boy in a red shirt, no camera, no smirk, just eyes filled with understanding. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment, where are you watching from? If this story moved you, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more powerful stories like this one. You never know. The next one might just change your life.